Beloved, beloved, indeed our God is holy. And so therefore let us be an example of the believer in words, in deeds, so God can be glorified. We're still on our theme, answering the call. And our second point that we want to look at, based on Acts chapter 9, verse 1 to 22, is that we should answer the call, right? Because it's divine. Answer the call. It's a divine call. It's not a human call. It's divine. Now check Acts chapter 3 verse 2 to 6, through to 6 rather. Watch this. The call was divine. Now as Saul traveled to Damascus, a light from heaven flashed, according to verse 3. This supernatural event signifies God's presence and power. The Bible says in verse 4 that Saul fell to the ground. His physical response reflects humility and awe in the presence of a divine God. The call. Listen, answer the call. Whatever the Lord is calling you to do in Christendom, remember, it is divine. It is divine. Don't play with your calling. And so the Bible declares that a voice spoke, Saul, why do you persecute me? In verse 4 there, Jesus identifies with his church, showing that harming believers is harming him. In verse 5, Saul responded and asked, "Who are you, Lord?" I believe that this question marks the beginning of Saul's recognition of Jesus' lordship. Jesus said to him in verse 5, "I am Jesus whom thou persecute." Now Jesus revealed his identity, connecting Saul's action to himself. Jesus said to him in verse 5 again, "It is hard for you to kick against the prick." I believe that this phrase suggests Saul's inner struggle and resistance to God's prompting. Hard to kick against the prick. And so, beloved, the call is divine. What is he calling you to? What ministry? What gift or gifts has he given to you? The Bible says in verse 6, "Arise and go to the city, and you will be told what you must do." And so Jesus gives Saul here a clear directive, showing that his call is purposeful and specific. Wherever you are today, you might be listening, and the Lord has been tugging at your heart, and he wants to use you in a certain area in ministry. and you're struggling, remember, the call is divine. And if God calls you, oh God, He's going to prepare you and He's going to lead you. And so Saul was called to salvation. He accepted the call. He was also called to ministry and he accepted it. And look what God did with a persecutor. Father, teach us how to recognize who you are and what you have called us to do. We rest our lives, our future in your divine hands. In Jesus' name.